Hey peeps, just quickly, being as I got cut off on the last video, also a little bit odd that video got cut off when it did, because according to the computer, I had 43 minutes and 33 seconds of time left to speak. So when I started to talk about Boris and Trump paying huge amounts of money for lethal weapons, things just stopped. So I want to just mention again to people about the things that we've been told by the mainstream media, that lockdowns don't work, that masks don't work. Masks, I've done research on studies that tell you that the blue masks that contain polyurethane, I think it is, the plastic stuff, when they get wet, they cause lung cancer, which really it's pretty self-explanatory when you think about it. And the amount of kids that I've explained to about wearing masks and them destroying your immune system, and you know, if you wear a mask all day, your body needs a constant supply of germs to function properly. And if you cut that off, you're going to be ill. Your immune system will diminish and become useless. And then the first time you take your mask off and you're amongst any kind of germs that you've not encountered for a while, you're going to be ill. So part of the plan, maybe, who knows, old people that have been self-torturing in the house for months, and then they're telling them they can go out at Christmas. My guess is that all of your relatives who've been isolating and mask wearing for months on end, you're going to go and see them at Christmas and you're going to kill them. You're going to give them whatever the first thing is that's going, because their immune systems are destroyed. Unless they know about taking vitamins and things to keep their immunity topped up, then this is going to be something else that the government will blame on the public after Christmas. Well, you've had a good Christmas, you've killed your granny, now it's time to be locked up for the next 2 weeks. You're not killing Granny. It's absolute bullshit. Granny would have died anyway. And they're calling whatever she's dying of COVID-19 absolute garbage, in my opinion. The government and the big tech companies, they're trying to shove a cork back into a bottle that the contents have spilt all over the floor. You can't do this. You can't censor what people now know to be the truth and start shoving it back, because that's even more, that would make me even more concerned that they were trying to cover something up. I mean, God. If you're watching this and you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so, because they're trying to get rid of me. Apparently I'm dangerous with me information about telling people to research the vaccine before they just stick their arm out for it, which is common sense, and I'm not giving medical advice. It's only my opinion. But millions of people are going to die with the lockdowns, people are going to starve to death. You know, what about people who've got no families, that are locked in a flat on their own, frightened to go out because they don't know what's going on? You know, kids that are committing suicide. All of you people that are complicit in these lockdowns, it's all right if you've got a lovely house and plenty of money, but if you haven't, those of us that are skint, this is going to cause thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths of people. Not COVID, the lockdowns are going to cause suicides from depression, kids being, malnourished because the meals are not available at school. Some kids are going without food for days, and you're not seeing that, but believe me, it's happening. I live on a council estate, and things are grim, very grim, let me tell you. I saw a video of Bill Gates talking to world leaders a couple of years ago, before this ever came out, telling them that they have to make the citizens take the vaccine. And that was before any kind of medical studying about this bullshit came out. He was telling world leaders that they must ensure that their populations, their communities in the places that they're in charge of will take this vaccine. Now, why, unless you already knew that you knew that the outcome was going to be to this, that it was, if it was an accident and it was just this thing was escaped or was caused by someone eating a bat that they hadn't cooked properly or whatever nonsense they want you to believe, if that was the truth, then why would Bill Gates be trying to force all these world leaders to get the people to take vaccines before we knew that there was a vaccine even? It tells me something really, really underhanded has gone on. It's blatantly obvious anyway. But if you're one of these people that are advocating for the lockdowns and the mask wearing, think about the murders that you're causing. You are complicit in murder if that's what you're doing. You might be all very well and good, your family. Think about the others that have got no money, that don't have other people to fall back on, that are lonely, that are hungry. This is nonsense. 1% of the population are dying from this. 1% is the truth. And yet they're putting every single death down to COVID. How can you be so blind? How? Please wake up. It's soul destroying. What's going on is soul destroying. It takes a little bit of thinking about, that's all, and turn off the TV. Have a look at YouTube for some proper news. Look at Newsmax TV for some truth. And the reason that I'm so obsessed with American politics is because whatever happens over there, you can guarantee will happen here weeks later. It's just the way that it is. It's the way it is. But they're over there now. The patriots, the same as us, patriots here, are getting extremely pissed off with all these lies. And they've got guns over there. We're in a situation here where we can't do a lot about it. We can only scream and ree about it. We don't have guns. We can't go firing rounds in the street when we're unhappy. But you should be looking at who stands to benefit and who stands to gain from this. If you know anything about stocks and shares, watch for the shares going up. People that are selling the companies all of a sudden. Billionaires who are making moves that don't make sense. It's absolutely terrible. Terrible. So, also, not only the kids that are dying from malnourishment, and what's even more worrying is that a friend of mine was talking to a lady from at the registry office in Blackpool, and she told her that babies are not being registered. The first baby that was registered was in August, the beginning of August, and that was the first birth that she'd registered since February, which is terrifying. When you know about what happens when your birth certificate comes into when it kicks in, when you're born and you're registered, your name in block capitals then becomes a commodity for the elites, for the people that trade on your numbers on your birth certificate and make millions out of you. So if they're not bothered about the new births and they're not bothered about kids' exams, these children have got no hope. These kids at school are feeling that their friends have got diseases. Some of them are clued up. They're not all stupid, but some of them just believe what they're told. What is this doing to the minds of these kids? Surely making them wear masks so that they can't express themselves, looking at their friends as if they're covered in diseases and they're gonna die because they're touching their friends, making them separate with walls in the dining hall, glass and perspex sheeting, is doing things to people's psyche that we will never ever understand until the day comes that these young people are young adults making decisions. They've had their futures stolen from them. Their exams are not important anymore. The kids laugh at this. They call it the Rona. It's a joke to them. But some of them who've got parents that are, well, you know, not very intelligent, shall we say. What about them kids? What is going to happen to these children? They're going to be so far removed in the way that they think to me and you that it don't bear thinking about. And there's an agenda behind all this. This is about the New World Order, the Great Reset. This is not about a virus. Not at all. Anyway, at least I got it out. The war, the world leaders buying massive amounts of very expensive weapons should worry everyone. Keep your eye on it, peeps. Take care. I love you all. And subscribe to my backup channel, Jojo Crazy Worm Woman. Take Britons away. Because I've got one chance left. And if I say anything that they don't like, they think that I'm trying to influence people in any way, which I'm not. I'm just telling people to research and look in places other than the television for your news, because what they're telling you is nonsense. It's not true. Anyway, even my cat knows that, don't you, son? Well, take care, gang. Say bye, Jake. Bye, Jake. Bye-bye. Love you all. See you next time. Bye now.